Welcome back, everybody. Robert with Occupancy Boost. In today's video, I'm going to show you where to go in booking.com to figure out which promotions to run that'll help your property out the most. You don't want to go in there and run promotions, blindly run promotions, and hope and cross your fingers and hope that they work. This tab that I'm going to show you guys, it's simple to use. It gives you market data on your competitors, and it tells you exactly which promotions you should run and how long you should run them for. Stay tuned. I'm going to switch screens. I'm going to show you the book window information tab and a lot more. Okay, I'm going to show you guys an example of two different properties. I have one property here that I just started working with. Actually, this hotel just opened up around 30 days ago. So this is good for, example purposes. This property is located in Houston, Texas. And I want to go through and show you guys from scratch, basically, the first time I'm kind of looking at this too, what would be a good couple promotions to open up, if anything. Let's kind of see where our deficiencies are after 30 days of being open and see how we can gain market share over our comp set in the market. So the page I'm on is under the Analytics tab here, and it's Book Window Info. Book Window Info. That's where you're going to want to go to look at this information to determine which promotion you want to run, if anything. And we're going to search for we're going to do bookings within the last 30 days. Now I've got another property here we're going to look at, and we're going to look at a little bit more information rather than just 30 days. But since this property's only been open 30 days, obviously the best thing is to do 30 days. Instead of looking at average rate, what we're going to look at here is average length of stay, and you'll see why I'm doing this when I get into it. And let's compare, and over here with the comparison with in the drop down, you can compare to last year, your competitive set, your peer group, or your market. We're going to compare to the competitive set. Now, one thing you're going to have to do before you do this is you're going to have to choose a competitive set for your property. And in order to do that, you just go to this Analytics tab and you go to Manage Your Competitive Set. Now, you can pick 10 other properties to compare yourself against. And when I say compare yourself against, when you go to the sales statistics and when you go to this page that we're on, this book window information, it's going to compare you against those properties. So really spend some time doing this get your competitive sets set up for your property under this manage competitive set. Spend some good time figuring out which properties you want to compare yourself against. And obviously you can change these as you go along. You're probably going to end up doing that a couple times. I always do. You're going to find out that maybe some properties give you a little bit more competition than others, or maybe a property in the area, steals share from you that you didn't know. But before you do this, you're going to have your competitive set chosen. Okay. So now we're on here. We've chose the last 30 days. We've chosen the average length of stay as what we're going to also look at. And we're also going to compare it against our competitive set. So what we're doing here, this book window information, we're seeing how far in advance our guests are booking their stays at the property. You want to see what the stay pattern is at your property. Are most people booking the same day? Are they booking 2 to 3 days out? And how you compare against your competitive set with that. And then we're going to look at our average length of stay within that too. So down here, we've chosen those parameters and we've got our graph here. Okay. Now this area down here at the bottom, this is same day reservations. And then the next one is 2 to 3 days out. So these are bookings that are occurring 2 to 3 days before the day of arrival, and then 4 to 7 days before the day of arrival, so on and so forth. And you can see here with the bright blue and the light blue colors for this for our hotel. Our hotel is in the dark blue that we're looking at. The competitors are in the light blue. So this property right now, they're getting 66% of their reservations are coming in on the same day, basically 0 to 1 day. So basically the same day. They're getting 66% of their bookings are coming in on the same day. The competitive set gets 61% of their bookings on the same day. Our average length of stay for those customers that book on the same day is, 1.8 days. I'm sorry, 1.18 days. Our competitive set is 1.38. So we're not really too far off there. on our average length of stay. So our competitive set, we're getting about 5% more of our reservations are coming in on the same day versus, other days booked further out. So if we go to 2 to 3 days out and we hover over that, we can see that 3% of our reservations are coming in 2 to 3 days prior to arrival. Our competitive set is almost at 9%. So that's something we want to take a look at there. Our competitive set is getting a lot more advanced bookings. And as you know, it's always good to get reservations in advance for your property. You don't want to get too many on the same day. You want to get bookings in advance. It kind of helps give you a little boost before the day starts as far as building occupancy. It's easier to build occupancy if you're getting reservations, if your reservations are coming in further out. Now, look here too, our average length of stay is 1 day. Our competitive set is at 1.6 days, so a day and a half. So we're falling a little bit behind there with this property. I would want to get those numbers up, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do in order to take care of that. And just for the video purposes, let's look at 4 to 7 days. So 4 to 7 days looks a little bit like our 2 to 3 days out. So 4 to 7 days reservations coming in prior to arrival. We're getting 3 day. Our average length of stay is 3 days. Our competitive set is a day and a half. So we're actually doing pretty good with our average length of stay. Our customers that are coming in that are making reservations 4 to 7 days prior to arrival, we're getting a lot longer length of stay, which is a good thing. Obviously, anytime you can get a reservation where they're staying for longer, it's going to help build your occupancy a lot better. But we're still kind of lagging behind with that, the book window there, or the days in advance. So we are only getting 3% of our reservations are booking 4 to 7 days in advance, and our competitive set again is almost 9. So we're behind there. So looking at this, I would think we want to change some of these numbers. The first number I think I would want to change would be this bookings in advance. We're really not doing a good job of compared to our competitors of getting bookings prior to the first day. And we can afford to give up a couple of these bookings on the day of arrival and push them to 2 to 3 or 4 to 7 days out. Now the length of stay here, we're a little bit behind on our bookings that are coming in 2 to 3 days in advance, but it's only by like about a half a day. So I don't really think it'd be a good idea to focus on that right now. I think the first order of focus would be to look at your bookings that are coming in, advance, and try to push some of these customers that are booking the same day, or maybe not only that, but you're trying to steal share. You're trying to steal some of that 9% on this. I'm on the 2 to 3 days prior to arrival. You want to steal some of those bookings from your competitive set. So your competitive set's at 9%. We're at 3%. We want to take some of that share away from them and maybe just keep this right here. Okay. So if we scroll up here to the top, all you have to do in order to set up an advanced, I would want to set up advanced booking promotion. We want to set up a little, maybe give these customers here that are booking 2 to 3 days out a little bit of a discount on their bookings to make us a little bit more attractive to them if they're booking 2 to 3 days out. Now, if we set up an advanced purchase promotion, obviously it's going to carry over to 4 to 7 days out customers that are looking as well. So we would start off with like a 2-day. Well, I would probably start off with like a 2-day advanced purchase promotion. In order to do that, you just go to your promotions tab here. You click on your active promotions. I'm going to open that up in a new tab. As you can see, this is a brand new hotel. So we don't really have any bookings right now. And you want to go to this tab over here, which is choose new promotions. Choose new promotions. Now they will take you on a quick tour on how to do this. I'm not going to do that on this video because I've already obviously know how, but you can do that when you get here if you feel like you need a little bit of education on setting up promotions, but I'm going to review that. So we're looking at advanced purchase promotion. Now you can set up some of these campaigns that Booking.com offers. I don't set these up all the time because they ask for a really, really deep discount when you're setting these up. So I really don't like to set these up in advance. I don't really like to run these campaigns too often because they are deep discounts. You can see this one here is 20%. What's they're offering right now, this getaway deal is a 20% minimum. That's pretty steep. I would think maybe like 5 to 10% would probably be the thing we'd want to do. And what I'm going to do is scroll down here, down to the portfolio deals, and I would go to an early booker deal. Okay? So just simply, you would just add that promotion, and you would go in here, and you would set this early booking deal up for 2 days in advance, because that is what our book window told us that we were losing bookings on, was 2 to 3 days in advance. I'm going to set up a 2-day advance promotion, and I'd set this up. You can pick the rate plans that you want to set this up for. I'm just going to set it up on the standard rate. I'm going to pick all rate plans. And I'm going to start this off one with 5%. Okay. Now, the other thing you could do with this too, if you want to kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, if you want to really, if you were looking at this, if this was your property, you say, you know what, I also want to get my average length of stays up as well. So instead of going in here to the promotions and open up another promotion for a minimum length of stay, you can actually attach a minimum length of stay to this promotion right here and make it 2 for 1. So you could make it an advanced purchase promotion, but you could also limit it to people that are staying for 2 nights or more, because we started falling behind on 2-night minimum length of stay. This is where we started falling a little bit behind when we looked at our 2 to 3 days. Our booking window was we're losing a little bit of our length of stay to our competitors. So you could actually set that up, or you could set up both promotions. You could set up like I have here, is you could just keep this at 1 night, and you could set this up advanced purchase for 5% off, and then you could go in and set up another promotion for a let me stop here before we keep talking. Let's just set this up for June 30th. So it's April 28th right now. I'm going to set this up for June 30th. I'm going to make it for good for all days of the week. I'm going to activate it. Okay. Now, I jumped a little bit ahead there. As I was saying, you could also set up a promotion for a basic deal for a 2-night minimum length of stay. Like I said, looking at it and with my experience, I don't want to do that yet. I want to see how this early booker deal does, because we're not that far behind on our minimum length of stay. But if your hotel was like maybe another percent, like if let's say your average length of stay was 1 and your competitors were like 2.5, you might want to go in here and either attach that, like I mentioned before, is attach a minimum length of stay to that current promotion, or you might want to set up another promotion under basic deal. And you could set up a minimum length of stay promotion here of 2 nights. And in order to do that, you could set that up for 5%, 10%, and you can choose the number of nights and maybe set that up for 2 nights, and then you can track both of these and see how you're doing. Now, what you're going to have to do with these, you're going to have to give yourself a couple weeks of running these promotions before you know if they're working or not. You can kind of keep an eye on it as you go, but what you really want to do is you want to revisit this page here in probably another 2 weeks, and you want to do it for maybe 14 days. Go back 14 days and see after 2 weeks, and maybe even check it out a week if you want to. But I like to give promotions about 2 weeks to run, and maybe look and see if this promotion is actually, your promotions are working. You might find that your book window is getting a lot better, like you're catching up here. Like your people that are booking 2 to 3 days in advance, you're actually still in business from your competitive set, but maybe your average length of stay isn't doing that good, so you may want to increase the percentage off on your average length of stay. So that's kind of how you use this book window to determine, which promotions you want to run. And you can also compare this to your peer group, or you can compare it to last year. You can look and see if your promotions are doing good. And maybe if you're falling a little bit behind last year, you could go back to, you could go to this page and look back at last year and see what your length of stays were and what your book windows were. And maybe you want to adjust it for this year to make it more similar to last year. Now, your peer group is going to be what this is a group of hotels that Booking.com chooses for your property. So they take 50 properties in your area, and they compare you against those 50 properties. You do not get to choose those. For your competitive set, you get to choose. Your peer group, you do not get to choose. So kind of like you can go through there and you can read that too. I always like to stick with competitive set because, like I said, I'm real careful who I set up in the beginning for my competitive set, because I know when I get into pages like this, I'm going to be comparing myself against them as well. Now let's go look at another hotel that I oversee. This hotel I've had for quite a while, and we're on the book window information tab. Again, you just go to analytics and go down to book window info. And let's run this one for 90 days. Okay, now I've got promotions set up for this property. I want to kind of see how my promotions have been working for this property. So a little bit different. This is not a brand new property. This property I've been working with for a while. So we're going to go to the last 90 days. We're going to look again at our average length of stay, and we're going to compare against our comp set. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. Okay, this hotel's doing really well on same-day reservations. They're actually 90% of their bookings are coming in on the same day. That means that only 10% of their bookings are coming in more than 2 days out. So that's a little steep. 90% is a little steep. Our average length of stay, however, looks really good. We're at 1.7 days. Those people that are booking on the same day are staying for 1.7 days. Our competitors are getting 1.5 days. So we're actually doing better there. And then if we go to 2 to 3 days out, the property is they're behind their competitors. Only 2% of the bookings are coming in 2 to 3 days in advance, and the competitors is almost 4%. But our average length of stay looks really good compared to our competitors. We're actually ahead of them again there. So we don't have anything to worry about with our average length of stay. Our average length of stay is looking really good, but we do want to address the fact that we're getting most of our bookings on the same day, and we're not getting as much further out in advance. As you can see down here at the bottom, if you go across, we are the dark blue highlighted bar there. We're behind on all these days. So we want to definitely address our advanced bookings. So if I go here to my promotions, let's look and see what promotions are open for this property. So these are the current promotions that are open. Okay, we do have a 2-day minimum length of stay open. That is why this property is doing so well on their length of stays, because we have a discount set up for people, enticing people to stay longer. So that is working. That's what you want to see. You want to see your promotions working, and this is how you look to see if they're working, and then see what else you need to run. So that's good. That's working. The other promotion, we do have a mobile promotion open for this property, and we also have a same-day promotion open for this property as well. So we are giving a discount to people that are booking from a mobile phone, but we're also giving an additional discount for people that book the same day to entice them to book the same day. Now, I know for a fact when I set this up, we were having a problem with same-day bookings. So if we would have looked at this graph 90 days ago, you would have seen the dark blue bar here down below the light blue bar, which was our competitors. So we're actually losing share on same-day bookings. So this promotion we opened up for same-day bookings actually helped this property tremendously. They're actually running ahead, but now we're behind. We want to get this thing pretty even. What our goal here is to be able to beat our comp set across the board on all these numbers, at least up to 14 days. Really, for properties that I work with, they don't get a lot of bookings more than 14 days in advance. So, I really focus on basically the first 14 people booking in the, 14 days out. So going back here, we really don't have anything set up for advanced purchase. Now, it doesn't really make sense to me to go in here and open up another promotion. I've already got 3 promotions running for this property. What would make more sense would maybe to pare down on some of these. This same day promotion is working out so well. Maybe we'll want to take this discount, which is 12% right now, and take it down to maybe 6%, okay? Maybe we want to get rid of this mobile promotion altogether and see how the property does without this 10% off promotion running. Or what you could do, and we definitely want to leave this 2-day length of stay promotion in, because that is, as we saw from the graph, that's working out really well for us. We may want to take this same day promotion down and then get rid of the mobile promotion and open up an advanced purchase promotion for maybe like 5% off to entice these people here that are booking 2 to 3 days out, 4 to 7 days out to book the hotel and steal share from our competitors. Okay. Now, another tab you can look at too that might help you guys out after you've looked at this tab is you want to go to your analytics tab and you want to go down to sales statistics. This kind of gives you a breakdown of how your property compares to your competitive set for the last 12 months. And as you can see, this property, they were behind in January. They had 11 room nights in January. The competitors had 98. That's the average of the competitors. As you can see, the last 90 days is what we just looked at, which is February, March, and April. The hotels jumped up in, they've jumped up. They actually beat their competitors in February. They lost some share in March. And we're in the month of April right now, and we're a little bit behind our competitors. So that's why it's good to go to this tab that we went to right now. And this is why I want to show you guys an example here. Is we need to catch up to our competitors. Our average is way down. We have only got 139 room nights booked this month of April so far. Our competitors have 167 on average. So we're not doing too good as far as that goes. Not horrible, but we could do a lot better. And that's why you want to go here and figure out what you need to run in order to catch up. That is all I have for today, guys. If you have any questions on this video, please feel free to ask them in the comment section. And please share this video with any of your friends you think this may benefit. I've got more videos coming out in the future. Thank you very much. Subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys soon.